Today we're going to be making a song from scratch using the Synthstrom Deluge. I got my hands on the Deluge a couple months ago, and it's quickly become easily my favorite piece of gear in the studio. I got it initially just to kind of sketch out songs and hopefully work into my existing DAW workflow and just have a cool synth line around, but I found that I actually prefer writing on this thing. I've been making a song sketch series where about once a week I do a new song and I put it in a playlist just to kind of learn new things about the Deluge and also just to, keep creating. You should check it out. I'll put a link in here. It's not lo-fi, but it's definitely lo-fi adjacent, so it's a perfect playlist for studying or working or chilling out playing video games, whatever. But I've had a couple of people comment and message me asking questions about what my workflow's like and how I do stuff. So I thought I'd do this little song from scratch exercise to just kind of give you a peek into my process. I don't have a particular style, so I don't have a template that I use that's the same every single time. For me, it's all about sounds, whether it's a synth sound, whether it's a loop, whether it's a drum pattern I sequence, something like that is always kind of the starting block. And then I just let the song kind of take me where it wants to go. So for this one, I was kind of just browsing my loop library and I found this drum sample, which is just freaking sick. Right? So that's the first one, and then I found this one. And when they're together, it just pops. Right, so it kind of gives me, right away, it's kind of giving me like, sort of like trip hop vibes, Portishead or DJ Shadow or something like that. So I'll probably try to do something kind of minory and a little more down tempo based off this pattern, I think. But who knows? We'll see where it goes. I also found this one. That's a pretty dope sample too. It sounds okay when they're all mixed together. I don't know, it might be something different for the chorus or something, but I think I just like these two stacked together. So the next thing I would usually do is decide, I just kind of noodle around on synthesizers and find something I like before I decide on a key or a scale or anything like that. For this one, I can, I can tell that kick drum's almost in tune to A flat, or A sharp, sorry. So I'm just gonna go with I think I'm just gonna go with A sharp, and I'm gonna make it minor for sure, so we can stay a little down tempo. This doesn't feel like a happy beat to me. I mean, I guess it could be, but for now, let's just stick with minor. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start browsing my synths. I think I wanna find something as kind of a bed for the bottom, like, I don't know, just some kind of texture. So maybe I'll start with, let's check out Boards of Deluge. If you guys don't know about the Boards of Deluge patches, they're so sick. I'm personally not much of a synth head. I'm not super good at making my own patches and my own noises from scratch. I value sound design a great deal though, so I'm all about having a good starting block and a good point to jump off to create my sounds, rather than creating them from scratch myself, unless I'm making something from my multi-sample library or from my sample library. Then I might noodle around a little bit more, but it's definitely not what I'm good at. Something I like to get better at though. So for this one, let's just check out some of the Boards of Deluge patches and see if anything's vibing. That sounds too much like a song I already did. Sometimes I start with bass, sometimes I start with a pad. It's really just kind of what inspires me. I'm trying to find something as kind of a bed to lay everything else on top of. So I'm just looking for a cool sound right now. Ooh, that's kind of tight. need to find the right sign. This would probably sound pretty tight side chained, so let's create a side chain. So I haven't made drums. A lot of times I'll layer my own sequence drums on top of loops, or vice versa. I'll sequence something and then add a loop. I'm going to turn this down, and I'm going to assign it to my side chain. Where's my send? Bloop. Yep, 50. Okay, so now it's silent, but because I think this is going to sound pretty dope side chained. Let's try it. Something that we can play with later. Just kind of moody. Yeah. Alright, let's find something else. Find some more sounds. So, me personally, I'm all about layering. I just layer the shit out of everything. This one, I'm gonna go into some of the rephaser packs. See if there's anything in Rust that we like to sound nice. Yeah, I guess that's it. It just sounds... kind of cool. There we go, I'll drop it. It's pretty tight. All right, let's record it. Alright, so I would track it in and let's just clean it up, make sure it's doing what we want for now. That's dope. See, happy accidents. You find a cool sound, you just do it. And here's the thing, like, if I decide later that I don't like this line, I'll fucking kill it. I won't even just mute it, I'll just kill it. And if it comes back to me, then I know it was good. But right now, I'm kind of feeling it. So let's add another synth. I think I'm gonna stick in the Rust pack for now. Let's see. I don't know if I want an arpeggio yet, but we'll start there. That's kind of cool though. Just a little chord. I mean, that's pretty tight. Okay, so far the Rust pack is killing it on this song. Let's track that in. I think that's it. Let's see. Make it a 4-bar pattern. I don't know if I want it twice or not. Let's see. I feel like you could use another little something. Something like that. Needs a little accent. Just something like that. Super simple. Is that blue? I think it's gonna be like a second. Right here. the right length for that little accent there. That might be it. I think it's just that fourth. So in this phase, when I'm doing this early thing, basically what I'm trying to do is just find lots of pieces that I can layer on top of each other. Once I try not to go too far. I mean, I'm not going to count this track. Try not to go too far behind this. So 8, maybe 10. Once you start getting above that, you start losing voicing when you get into the arrangement mode, and you have to get a little more clever about how you do your arrangement. But in this early pass, I'm not worrying too much about automating any of this kind of stuff yet. I'll let that happen in the arrangement pass. All I'm looking for here is finding a bunch of different layers that I could layer on top of each other and use to build an arrangement of a full song later. So at this point, I've pretty much got the basis for a pretty good song. I think I'll add a couple more layers. I'm definitely going to add my own drums, because then I can do fills and I can do a couple other tricks that I like to do. I'm just going to layer my own, sequence my own drums right on top, so I have a little more control of how things are popping through, what's going on. I'm definitely going to make some more layers. And we'll see where it goes from there. I'll post a link to what the finished song sounds like, so you guys can hear what it all sounds like when it's all done. I don't know. This is kind of a new experiment for me, doing this kind of long form stuff. So if you guys are into it, if you're feeling it, hit a like, hit a share, leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions. If you like this kind of thing, I can always do another one. I can do a part 2 that shows how I arrange, because I spend a lot of time in arrange. I just don't think I could keep going with this on camera, because it could be hours. I don't know how long I'm going to go on this. So anyway, I hope people found this helpful. If you did, drop me a line, and I'll see you next time.